Hey everyone, welcome back. This is Dan from DHTV, and today we have the second generation AirPods Pro. I'm going to be showing you how to use them with all the cool features, tips, tricks, and going through all the settings you need to set up. Let's get started. Alright, so these are the new Apple AirPods 2, and we're going to go through everything that you can do with them. But for those of you that want to skip ahead to the tips and tricks or even the settings, there are chapters and timestamps in the description so you can skip ahead to exactly what you're looking for. So now that you've unboxed your AirPods Pro, the first thing you want to do is pair it with your device, and we're going to be using an iPhone for this example. Now I'm going to show you how to set up the AirPods Pro with Android devices and other devices a little bit later in the video, but it's just easiest with an iPhone, so we'll start with that. We'll pull down our control center and let's ensure that Bluetooth is enabled. You'll see it in blue if it is. If it's in gray, just tap and enable it. Next, you want to bring your AirPods Pro close to your iPhone, and then you're simply going to pop open the lid like so. When you're prompted on screen, all you have to do is tap connect. It's going to prompt you to connect by pressing and holding on the button on the back of the AirPods Pro, so we're going to do that. You'll hear a chime. And now your AirPods Pro are connected. You'll see some options pop up here to customize, but we'll go through those during this video, so we'll just X out of them for now. Now, charging the AirPods Pro is extremely simple, and you can do this in two ways. You can use the wireless charging method, which is as simple as placing the AirPods Pro down on any QI wireless charging pad like this one right here. Additionally, your Apple Watch charger will also charge your AirPods Pro. Or you can use the traditional method by connecting the AirPods Pro to the lightning cable like so. With that being said, you can always check the battery percentage of your AirPods Pro 2 and the wireless case just by bringing them close to the iPhone that it's paired to and then popping the lid. As you can see on screen, the battery percentage for both the AirPods Pro and the wireless case appears. Now, for the instances where you don't have a charger on hand, keep in mind that this wireless charging case actually holds a charge, and you can get up to 30 hours of charge with the case and AirPods fully charged. So for example, let's say my AirPods Pro, I was using them and they died. You should get about 6 hours of use before that happens. All I have to do is place them inside the case, and I'll be able to charge them multiple times before I'll even have to charge the case and AirPods using those two methods I showed you. Now let's go over how to use the AirPods Pro 2 controls. And if you're familiar with the previous generation of AirPods Pro, it's very similar, but we'll go over it right here if you are new or you need a refresh. So first off, to play and pause anything that you're listening to or watching, you're going to press the touch control on the stem of your AirPods, and then anytime you want to resume, you can just press it again. While listening to music, you can skip forward by double pressing on the touch control. To skip back, you're going to triple press on the touch control. And the new feature with the AirPods Pro is the ability to control your volume. To do this, you're going to place your thumb on the stem of either AirPod, and you're going to use your index finger to swipe up or down on the touch control. And now you can see you can control the AirPods volume right from the AirPods themselves. Siri is also available with the AirPods Pro, just like it was in the previous generations, and it works the same as it does on the iPhone, so Siri is your personal assistant. You will need to have Siri turned on your iPhone, and you will need to have one of the stems set up to activate Siri, which I'll show you in the settings section of this video. But when you have Siri set up, it's as simple as pressing and holding on the touch control to activate Siri, and you can ask Siri questions, ask it to make calls, read messages, control your music, set timers, reminders, or even check on your AirPods. As for the active noise cancellation and transparency modes, I'll talk about those a little bit more in the settings section, but they're basically going to allow you to control how much you hear of your surrounding. You can press and hold on the touch control to switch between the two, and I'll show you also in the settings how you set this up so you can select which modes the press and hold will switch to. So now let's take a look at the AirPods Pro 2 settings and how you can configure them. For this, you're going to open the settings application, and if your AirPods are connected, you'll see them appear right on this list. Now you can either tap on them here to be brought to your settings, or you can tap on your Bluetooth settings and then tap the little eye next to the AirPods Pro, and you'll be taken to this page right here. Now the first thing you'll notice here is that we can see the battery percentage of both the AirPods Pro and the AirPods Pro case. Below that is how you change the AirPods name. So for this, you're just going to tap into this area and you'll see the default name that's set up. We can change this just by hitting the backspace button and changing it with our keyboard. I'm going to call this AirPods Pro because my original AirPods Pro are lost here. So I'll tap done, and that's the new name of my AirPods. I'll go back one page, and now you can see the name is called AirPods Pro. Below the name is the noise control, and I touched on this a little while ago about noise cancellation and transparency mode, but basically noise cancellation is going to use the technology built into this as well as the fit of the AirPods Pro to filter out as much background noise as possible so you can be immersed in the music or the audio that you're listening to. So this is great for noisy settings or if you just don't want to hear what's going on around you. Now the transparency mode is going to let outside noise in, so that way if you're say in your car and you want to wear your headphones, you'll still be able to hear what's going on around you. Press and hold AirPods is the section where you can configure what the left and right AirPods are going to do when you press and hold on the stem of those AirPods. So basically, what we're going to do here on the left is tap on it, and it's going to give us the ability to set it up for Siri or noise control. Now, as you saw on the front page, we have both set to noise control, but if you want to maximize the usability of your AirPods, set one of them to activate Siri, and now you can say use your left AirPod to activate Siri and your right AirPod to switch between noise cancellation and transparency mode. Now right below you have your noise control options, so by default it's set to switch between transparency and noise cancellation, but you can actually add the off, and this turns off both options, so you're just going to get a standard earbud in your ear. Otherwise, just set it to the two that you want, and that way it's going to flip between those two. So that's how you can customize the press and hold on your AirPods Pro 2. Moving down, we have the ear tip fit test. Now for this, you're going to need to go back into your box, and there were a whole bunch of ear tips. You had an extra small, a small, and a large, and the mediums are already set up on the AirPods Pro. Now the ear tips connect and disconnect really easily. You're just going to pull. It does feel like you might rip them off, but you won't. That's just how they are. And this is what the AirPod looks like without the ear tip. Putting any ear tip back on, you're just going to align the oval with the oval on the ear tip. Just align it and then just give it a press like that. Once it's connected, you'll know, and then you just want to put them in your ear. So put both in your ears. You'll notice that noise cancellation turned on right away for me here because that's how I had it set up. But we're going to tap on the ear tip fit test, and it's going to go through a few things here. We'll tap continue, and we'll tap play. You're going to hear music playing in your ears during this. And there's my ear tip fit results. Now I've got a good seal and a good seal. If you run into a situation where you have a bad or poor fit, or you just don't feel that they fit that well, go into this little case here and start playing around with these and see which one fit best. Now I know that some people have one ear that's one size and another ear that's another size, so play around with it like that as well. Once you're done and you've got a good seal or the best seal that you can manage here, you're going to tap done, and that's basically how you set up your ear tip. Moving down, we have adaptive transparency. It's going to monitor the sound that you're listening to because you may be listening to something that's extremely loud and it could blow out your ears and actually cause damage. So what this is going to do when it's enabled and you have both headphones in your ear, loud sounds you're exposed to will automatically be reduced. So it's going to be a safety feature that will protect you a little bit. You can turn it on or off if you'd like there as well. The next one is automatic ear detection, and that works great. Anytime you place the AirPods in your ear, you're going to notice that the audio and video that you're listening to is going to start playing. When you pull them out of your ear, you'll notice that it pauses automatically until you put them back in your ear. Now you can come back to these settings and turn it off, and if you do turn it off, that means anytime you have the AirPods outside of the case, they're going to be connected. So even if you don't have them in your ears, they'll be connected and audio will play out of them unless you pause it with the AirPods themselves or with the audio on your iPhone. So it's up to you on how you have this set up. I'm going to leave it on for now. And we'll go down to connect to this iPhone automatically. Now, it's set to automatically right now, but you can tap on that and you can say when last connected to this iPhone. So you can choose how the AirPods Pro connect to this iPhone. You either choose automatically or only when it was the last iPhone you were connected to. So set that accordingly. And now we'll go down to personalized spatial audio. This is something where only certain types of audio will work with, but basically you're going to hear audio rendered immersively in 3 dimensions. You can set up personalized spatial audio for improved audio, and that's what it says right down here. So for example, we have a movie playing here, and if we pull down our control center and tap and hold on the audio, which is our AirPods, we're going to get an option here. And one of them is the spatial audio, and it says head tracked. If you tap on that, you can set it to fixed or off. And when you're watching a movie or listening to music with this spatial audio, it really does change the effect and makes you feel like you're almost in a surround sound atmosphere. So if you tap here, which we'll do, it's going to tell me to put these in my ears, and you should do this too right now so you can see what it's all about. Okay, tap OK when they're in your ears. Tap see and hear how it works. This is stereo, and now you go spatial. Now it feels like you're in a movie theater where it's coming from the front, the back, the side. And imagine you're watching a movie that has this spatial audio incorporated in it. It's going to be amazing. So if you've never used this before, definitely check it out. Try it with your movies, your music, and just hear the difference for yourself. Now the microphone here, you can set this up if you like a certain AirPod that you maybe wear more, like in the car. You can have this connected here automatically, which is what it does, switching between AirPods to find the best microphone for wherever you are. So if there's someone yelling at this side, it'll use this microphone and things like that. Or you can have it always left or always right. I set it to automatic, it just works best for me. Enable charging case sound. So anytime you put the AirPods case down on the charger, it's going to chime. You can see at the bottom of the AirPods here, there is some little openings for the sound to come out. So if you want that case charging sound, you can leave that on or turn it off. And then optimized battery charging. This is going to reduce the battery aging. It's going to use its own technology. And I would strongly recommend just leaving the optimized battery charging on. It preserves the battery, and I don't see why you would want to turn it off anyway. Now you can also have this in the Find My network. So if you have your Apple ID set up on your phone and you have the Find My app open, it'll appear on that list, and you can actually find these AirPods if they ever go missing by using that Find My app. Now I'm not going to get into that in this video. I do have another video on how to find lost AirPods Pro 2. The link to that will be in the description if you're interested or want to learn how to find them if they ever get lost. But you would need to have this turned on. And then you can see right here, show in Find My. If you tap that, it'll open up the Find My app. The next one is accessibility, and we're going to skip over that one right now. I'll cover that later on in this video because it's a little bit more detailed and not a lot of us are going to use those features. But if you are interested, we will cover it a little bit later. If we scroll all the way to the bottom here, you have a few other options here. I'm just blanking out my serial numbers and things like that, but you have a disconnect and a forget this device option here. Now, if you disconnect it, for example, if we tap that, it's going to disconnect the AirPods from the iPhone or whatever device you have it paired to. So now if we wanted to connect back, we would have to go to Bluetooth and then just simply tap here. It'll automatically connect. Or if you have the in-ear detection, put them back in your ear and it should connect as well. The last option is forget this device. And if you want to unpair these with your device, you would hit forget this device. It's going to prompt you again to tap forget. When you do that, it's letting you know that it's going to remove them from this device and it'll remove them from all devices on your iCloud account. So it's going to be completely fresh and now they're no longer connected with your iPhones or anything like that. So you can do that as well if you need to disconnect them from a device that you're getting rid of or anything like that. Now let's go over some tips and tricks that you can use with your AirPods Pro 2. The first one is adding a battery percentage widget to your iPhone. Now, if you've never done this before, it's really easy. You're just going to tap and hold on your home screen. Tap the plus at the top left. It's going to open your widgets library here, and you're just going to scroll down to where you see batteries. Tap on that, and you can choose a battery widget, small, medium, or large. And the large one is the best because it's going to give you the most information, but it does take up a lot of real estate. So we'll choose this second one here, and it's going to add that to our home screen. We'll tap done at the top, and now we can see the percentage of our iPhone, our percentage of our AirPods, and the AirPods case right there. Additionally, those of you with iPhone 14s or iPhone 14 Pros, you can actually add a battery widget to your lock screen. You'll need to unlock your iPhone with the Face ID, tap and hold on the lock screen, tap Customize, and here you can add some widgets. Tap in the widgets window, scroll down to batteries, and you can add a battery widget to any of these sections. So let's just remove these two here, and we'll add the large battery here. We'll exit out, and now you can see our AirPod case is listed there as well. For this next tip, hopefully you'll never have to use it, but if there are situations where your AirPods Pro 2 become unresponsive or just not working right, you can actually reset them completely. So on the back of the AirPods Pro, you're going to press and hold on that button, and you're going to have to press and hold on it for about 10 seconds. you'll hear a chime, and when it beeps 3 times, just tap on the screen and it's going to reset itself. And now it's going to go back to that connect state here. So we're going to tap on connect and it's going to connect once again. This time around, you're going to see it's just going to connect straight up. We're not going to have to press on the back button here. And that is it. You're now connected. It's going to be a chime once again, and you've reconnected your AirPods Pro 2 to your iPhone. For this next tip, we're going to set up our AirPods Pro 2 with an Android device, and it'll work the same way with pretty much any non-Apple device. So first, on your Android device, you're going to pull up and you're going to open up your settings application. From settings, you're going to go to your Bluetooth and devices. You basically want to pair a new device here. So for this, what we're going to do is press and hold. We're going to open our AirPods lid here and press and hold on that back button. Once again, when you hear the chime, tap pair new device, and you should be able to see the AirPods Pro appear there. Tap on the AirPods Pro. It's going to start pairing. It's going to prompt you here, and then you're going to tap pair. Once it's paired, you'll now have your AirPods Pro connected with your Android device, and you do have settings with Android as well. If you tap on it, these are the settings you have in this particular case. If you're connecting this to a computer, a Windows PC, or anything like that, you may have different options as well. But basically, connecting again, you tap and hold or press and hold on that button until you hear the chime, and then you should see it in your Bluetooth settings of that device. For this next tip, I'm going to show you how to set up live listen with your AirPods Pro 2. And this is something you could have done with older AirPods as well. And it's a cool feature that allows you to put your iPhone in a room, and then you can put your AirPods in your ear, and you'll be able to hear everything that's going on in the space where your iPhone was left. So this is great for a baby monitor or something like that, but you do need to set this up. So we're going to open our settings and tap Control Center, and then we're going to scroll down to where you see hearing. We're going to tap the plus, and it's going to add the hearing to our control center. If we pull that down now and tap on that hearing logo here, and we have our AirPods in our ear, you'll see that it's now connected here. We can tap on live listen. You'll see that now that our AirPods are connected, we have this feature that appears. So we can tap on live listen, and when we do that, everything that's happening where our iPhone is left, we can hear. I can actually hear myself in my ears now while I'm talking. And you'll also get prompts like that if it's too loud. So that's the live listen feature. You can turn it off just like that as well. Some people use this for the wrong reasons. I don't condone that, but that's how you set up live listen with your iPhone and your AirPods Pro 2. Now, for those of you who are interested in the accessibility settings on the iPhone, you're going to open those AirPods settings once again here, and you're going to scroll down to where you see the accessibility option right here. Now, the first one is press speed, and that's the pressing speed whenever you press the stem on these AirPods Pro 2. By default, it's set to the standard speed, but you can set it to slower or slowest. So maybe if you have arthritis in your hands and it's hard, it might be easier to go slower than having to pinch so fast. The press and hold duration, you can set it to shorter or shortest. So that's when you're pressing and holding to switch between transparency mode and noise cancellation, or even to activate Siri. So if you'd like a shorter duration of the press to activate, that's where you would use that. The noise cancellation with one AirPod is actually kind of good, because if you use one AirPod all the time, you may want to have noise cancellation in that one while your other ear is still available, like if you're driving or something like that. So you can turn that on to have noise cancellation options with one ear. The audio accessibility settings we'll get into in a bit, but we'll finish this page first. Follow iPhone, this is on by default, and when it's on, spatial audio for supported movies and TV shows will sound like it's coming from your iPhone instead of following your head movement. So if you want to play around with that on and off, you can right there. And then you have your tone volume, and this is the tone and the sound effects that are played by your AirPods. For example, when you put them in and you have in-ear detection, the chime that you're going to hear, I have it at 100%. It's good enough for me. If you need more or less, you can swipe on that slider. The last option is the volume control. So that's the sliding on the actual stem of the AirPods Pro, and you have it at default right now, but you can have a longer or longest, and this will help prevent unintended volume adjustments. So if you're finding that's an issue, this might help. Now, the audio accessibility settings, they're not necessarily completely for the AirPods, but there are a few in here. So the audio headphone accommodations are off. You can customize the audio for supported Apple Beats headphones. And if we tap on that, you can see your accommodations and the custom audio setup. I'm not going to get into that too deeply because it'll be something that you'll want to customize for yourself. The background sounds being off, if you turn it on, what it's going to do is mask unwanted environmental noise by playing background sounds. And what this can do is minimize distraction and help you focus. So if you're someone that has maybe ADD or can't focus when you have too many distractions, this may be something that'll help you, but you'll need to give it a try. You can choose the sound, the volume, you can use when the media is playing. You have all of these options down here that'll have to do with this feature as well. Mono audio makes the left and right speakers play the same content. I don't turn that on, I like the stereo sound. Headphone notifications here. This one's on by default and is going to help protect your hearing. So the iPhone sends notifications to you if you've been listening to loud headphone audio for a long period of time and it could affect your hearing, which is really good to know that that's there. And then you have some balances here so you can balance between the left and right as well. And that's pretty much it for the audio settings in this section. So that's how you use the AirPods Pro 2. I hope you enjoyed the tips and tricks as well as the whole video. If you did, let me know in the comments and hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this one right here and click the bell notification box to be notified when I post new videos. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the comments. And as always, there's links in the description to tips, tricks, and tutorial videos on your iPhone, AirPods, all kinds of Apple things. So if you're interested in learning more, like this video here, definitely check it out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.